and the director of the Austin Comedy Film Festival. We have an event coming up next week, Austin Comedy Film Festival Fall 2022. We're going to be featuring all kinds of comedy films and content from all over the world, music videos, series episodes, short comedy films, dark comedy, romantic comedy, sketch comedy, you name it. We're going to have all kinds of comedy to be screening for you next week. And we get our films from all over the world, and we're joined by the Rise of Fizzy Pop, a film crew whose film is nominated for the Best International Director Award, and is also has an award nomination for Mr. Pete Bennett as the Best Acting Performance Award. So many kudos all around for this film. The judges in Austin are very impressed with your work, and we are excited to screen it next week. How are you doing, Robert? Stephanie, how are you?
I'm good. Stephanie, how are you?
I'm good too. We're in different parts of the world now. I'm in New York at the moment, and Rob's in the UK. So it's really happy to see you. I'm really happy to see you, Rob.
Thank God for that.
All right. Well, good to have you both. What are people going to see in Austin next week? Can someone give me the synopsis of the film?
Absolutely. So, Rise of Fizzy Pop. It's an underdog story. It is about a wannabe musician who is down on himself, down on his luck, to the point of where he's trapped himself in his own flat. He's gotten so down on himself that he doesn't want to go for him. He doesn't feel that he's good enough. And so he's created an alternate reality really within the confines of the four walls of his flat. And he creates that reality by performing to his friends. A little bit of a spoiler, so I won't say too much. His friends that he finds within his own flat. Now, when he's faced with the proposition of the Battle of the Bands competition, he wants nothing more than to go out there and try his luck once again and find his voice by creating a song that he performs to a live audience. Now, all of his friends have other things to say about that, and they're getting into his head, and he has to do what he can to overcome his own fears and get out there and use his voice again, and to make himself known to himself and to the world again.
I second that and agree. And I want to sum it up in a different light. It's nuts, Austin. you're gonna watch this and you're gonna think, what did I just see? But you know what? I think I want to see it again. And that's the thing. We wanted to ensure, me and Stephanie De Palma wanted to ensure absolute fun without the theatrics. We wanted to entice an audience into believing that this is really crap. But it's great crap. It's the best crap. It's sugar-coated crap, and that's what makes it fizzy pop, and that's why we loved making it.
All right, good good stuff. I don't know if you scared people off or if you're enticed them to the festival. I think
let's entice.
Well, I think entice, and it's the rawness of it. I mean, the whole thing really is something that all of us can kind of relate to, I think, which is, finding that one point in your life, or maybe a couple times in your life, where you're just not feeling good enough, right?
Sure.
And it's that rawness and that raw feeling. And what we've tried to do is like Rob says, make it as crazily palpable as possible in that realism of, we all feel like this at some point in our life, and everything seems crazy and out of touch and sort of surreal, and we're putting all that rawness into 16 minutes of Fizzy's life.
No, that's great. The judges, I don't even know if there's another film that has 2 award nominations. So great job with this. So the judges really embraced it. We can't wait to screen it. It's a fun ride. It's very different from anything we have in the festival. But it also goes to show just kind of the type of things that came out of COVID, with people doubting themselves and going back and having their own mental struggles with themselves, and wrap that in a comedy light and a fantastic performance. I mean, all the scorecards were like, man, you know, the lead actor's just out there. The lead actor's just, you know, embracing the role and really went through. His character just really shines bright in this whole thing, and we're excited to screen it.
Well, I'd like to say a couple of words on Pete's behalf. He's nuts. He's absolutely nuts. When you see him on screen, that's him. He's not acting. That is him, and that's why we love Pete so much. He is a great actor. But there's a lot of Pete in this as well, and I think fundamentally this is the whole reason why the producer Stephanie Palma actually chose him to be the one, because there is no one like Pete, and he's just a fun-loving, lovable character, and anyone around the world that ever meets Pete will find a best friend, and within him. He's just great. He's so childlike. He's Peter Pan. He is the man, basically.
And he's Fizzy Pop. I mean, there is no one else on this planet that could do the job that he did, really. And just in the subtleties as well. He is so out there and he is so nuts. But when he gets up on that stage and that fright and that real, oh my God, all these people are looking at me and I really have to deliver, you really feel for him, and you really, your heart breaks for him. So yeah, Pete.
Yeah, there's just to put anybody in Austin. So Pete Bennett, just to let you know, was on Big Brother in the UK. I think it was in 2014, something like that. Anyway,
earlier, Rob.
Was it earlier?
Yeah, 2006.
Was it really? Oh my God!
Yeah,
even up until now, 2022, he stole the hearts of the UK. And he was the face and the most well-liked celebrity within the Big Brother camp. And he's just a lovely person. So from that, it kind of felt like me and Stephanie knew Pete anyway. And after I was on a telephone conversation with him, our friendships blossomed, to the point where he completely destroyed my cooker last year. From having to stay over to do voiceover for Fizzy Pop. So he's a nightmare and we love him.
Yeah.
All right. And during this production, did you guys run into any snags? Did you learn anything from making this? It seems like it was limited in its location, but you just made the most out of it. What tell a little bit of backstory there.
Well, I learned a couple of things. One being to share responsibilities. And, originally, and this is a process, this is something that's been talked about going on for a long time. I was originally going to direct, and that was my baby. This is my and then I met Rob and that guy there, and there was no one better for the job. And I had to say, right, actually, that's great. We're a team. We all are going to have our roles. This is a collaboration. But what an amazing director Rob is. And he was perfect for this particular piece. It was the best thing to do for the film. I have absolutely no regrets. I am so happy Rob came on board. So for me, that was my biggest lesson here is kind of passing that piece of the puzzle, that baton to somebody that I knew was the best for this particular piece.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a big responsibility, obviously taking on her baby. She had everything planned in her head. You know what it's like. If you're on a project, you want to do something, you just get it done, and you want to get it done. So for her to sort of pass the buck over to me, and me to have to try and explain it can be done and we can do this, because I foresaw all the snags that were going to come up, and I thought, wow, yes, it can work. It works here, but will it work here? And not that there was any boobs involved, but I just want to do that anyway. But so we turned every negative into a positive, and we made it work. And once I can clearly see that working, I can then actually say, okay, Stephanie, this really can be done. So let's do this. But you have to. We had a few times, didn't we, where we were just like, shut up, we've got this, and we got it. It was great. And but yeah, loads of snags. Never work with fridges.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's going on in the future for you guys? Is there any more Fizzy Pop coming? Are you moving on to new projects? What's happening?
Well, we do want to expand on Fizzy. We're talking about what that's going to really look like realistically now. So we're in dialogue about that right now. For me, the most immediate thing that I'm doing is another short. It's in post-production now, called Free Again, which is completely different. It's very, very little dialogue, and it is about a young boy and his family who have been sort of kicked out of their home in Africa and relocate to England. And that's going to be out next year. So that's in post-production right now. But as far as Fizzy, we've been shopping around ideas. We're talking through some things. I know that Fizzy has more of a life here, and we all do, I think. But what that is remains to be seen. We have to keep having chats about it, I think.
Yeah, Fizzy has legs, without a doubt. Like any good project, especially any first film, any short film, or anything like that, we always want to see more, and there usually is time for that. And giving the absolute nutsness about it. That's the only way I can explain it. It's just surreal. It's reality. It's deformed reality, distortion of reality, and it's an escapism. That's what it is. It's an escapism, and people want to see more of that. Yeah, we'd love to create more of that. Maybe a potential series, or actually do a fully fledged full film. But let's just see where it takes us. I mean, I've got projects I'm doing. Stephanie's got some other projects as well, and we'd love to bring them forward to Austin as well, and sort of have a little comeback there and say hello to you guys. And please, if you ever want to jump us on a plane and pay for all expenses, I would be there.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can get a fundraiser together.
Yes.
We'd love to have you. Well, look, we appreciate you. You'll be here in soul and spirit as we show your film on that screen. I appreciate you taking the time to join us. For the interview, we'll make sure we play a little clip of this at the theater. I think people really get a kick out of this film. It's going to be a fun day. We've got like 8 hours of screening, so it's going to be a fun time.
If you can do us a massive favor, whenever you can, just get your sneaky phone, just keep it on, and I just want to hear their reactions. We need to hear their reactions. That's what I would love to see.
All right, will do, my friend.
Brilliant.
And you know what? Thank you. Thanks a lot. We were just, we really are honored to be part of this festival. It's an awesome festival. Austin is great. And thanks for the nominations. I mean, well deserved, Rob. Absolutely. And Pete, of course. But really, Michael, thanks very much. We're really excited about this.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time today. And you guys have a good one.
You too, Michael. Bye.